Okay, picture this if you can for a second. The sounds, the absolute chaos of a kid's birthday party, right? You've got laughter, games going off, that pizza smell,
Yep, classic scene.
and right in the middle of it all, the main attraction, this big, oversized mascot
Mm.
dancing around. Now hold that image,
Okay.
and now imagine
Yeah.
handcuffs
What?
on the mascot, right there, mid-party.
Wow. Yeah, that's an image that definitely sigh with you. It's just so wrong, so out of place.
Completely. And that immediate, like, jarring visual that no way this actually happened feeling, that's what hooks you. Welcome to the deep dive. We take the sources you give us, dig in, and pull out the key insights.
Trying to get you informed, maybe entertained along the way.
Exactly. And today, we are definitely diving into something unusual, a story that blew up online. The arrest of a Chuck E. Cheese mascot.
Yeah, our goal here is to get past just the viral picture. We want to unpack the whole story, what led up to it.
The alleged crime, how people reacted.
Right. We'll look at the details from the sources, the timeline, what he was actually charged with, and of course, the arrest scene itself, all the weird bits that made it so fascinating.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Where and when did this all go down?
We're talking July 23rd, 2025,
Hmm,
around 6:30 in the evening.
okay.
And the place was a Chuck E. Cheese on Scherer Road in Tallahassee, Florida. The employee involved was Jermel Giroux Jones, 41 years old.
And crucially,
Crucially, he was in the full Chuck E. Cheese costume, mid-shift, during a kid's birthday party.
you couldn't script it better for maximum weirdness.
Right. And what's really interesting is how this whole thing even started. It wasn't some big investigation.
No?
How then? It began pretty simply. A customer, she'd been at a party there earlier, back on June 28th,
Okay.
and she noticed about $100 in charges on her child support debit card that she didn't make.
Ah, okay. Unauthorized charges. Where were they from?
Specific places.
Mhm.
A smoke shop, a Whataburger, and a Circle K, all made after that June party.
So she sees these charges, knows they aren't hers. What did she do? Just call the bank.
Well, she did more than that, and this is kind of the key part. She didn't just report it. She actually went and got surveillance footage from those places herself.
Wow, really proactive.
Incredibly. And that footage clearly showed a Chuck E. Cheese employee making the purchases.
Ah, so that pointed the finger directly at someone inside, which led them to Jones.
Exactly. It basically handed the police their main suspect.
Okay, so the police show up at Chuck E. Cheese. They find Jones. What happens? Does he just confess?
No, not right away. His first story was that he just found the card, said he was going to turn it in.
Right. Which doesn't quite explain the what burger charges.
Precisely. That story fell apart pretty quickly. He then apparently admitted to sometimes using a cousin's card.
But the victim said.
The victim absolutely denied giving him permission, and the police found evidence right on him.
What kind of evidence?
The stolen card itself, plus a receipt from a recent transaction, pretty damning.
And wasn't there something else? Something minor?
Yeah, they also found a small amount of marijuana on him. Kind of secondary to the main issue, but, noted.
But the main issue was serious. We're talking felonies here.
Oh, absolutely. This wasn't just, petty theft. The charges were significant. 3 felony counts.
Can you walk us through those?
Sure. First, theft of a credit card. Second, criminal use of personal identification, basically, using someone else's info illegally, usually for financial stuff.
Okay.
And third, fraudulent use of a credit card more than twice within 6 months. So a pattern. These are definitely serious charges.
Way more serious than just finding a card and forgetting about it.
Way more.
So, okay, police have their guy. They've got the evidence.
Yeah.
But he's dressed as a giant mouse.
He is.
You'd think maybe let him change first. Arrest him quietly out back. That seems like the sensible thing.
And apparently that was the initial plan. The sources say officers intended to wait, let him get out of the costume, handle it away from the party.
Yeah.
But Jones resisted arrest. And that's the moment everything changed. What could have been, routine suddenly became this bizarre public spectacle. Highly unusual. Very viral.
I bet. And there were reports about what the officer said.
Yes, eyewitnesses reported hearing the officer say, and this is a direct quote, "Chucky, come with me, Chucky."
Oh my goodness. Trying to detain Chuck E. Cheese.
Can you imagine hearing that? The sheer absurdity. And then came the picture that went everywhere.
The mouse head.
The oversized mouse head resting on the roof of the police car after they cuffed him. That image just captured the whole weirdness perfectly.
It really did. It's unforgettable. What happened to Jones right after that?
Well, after the dramatic arrest, he was taken in, processed formally, and then released the next morning. Bond was set at $1,000.
Okay, so the arrest happens, it goes viral immediately.
Yeah.
How did the company, Chuck E. Cheese itself, react to this PR nightmare?
Well, CC Entertainment, the parent company, put out a statement. They confirmed they knew about it.
Standard stuff.
Pretty standard, yeah. Said they'd taken internal measures against Jones and basically told everyone to direct legal questions to the police. Kept it very brief, very focused on procedure.
Trying to create some distance, I imagine.
Seems likely. But the internet wasn't so restrained, right?
Not at all. It just exploded online. A lot of criticism directed at the police, actually.
For arresting him in the costume.
Yeah, especially in front of kids. People were really upset about that visual. There was this one comment that got shared a lot, basically saying, okay, Tallahassee Police Department, y'all couldn't let this man change before arresting him in front of those kids.
That captures the sentiment, yeah. People were really struck by that specific choice or how it ended up happening.
So why did this story get so huge? It's credit card fraud. Happens all the time.
It's the visual, isn't it? It's purely down to that image, that idea of a beloved kid's character.
In handcuffs.
In handcuffs, in
Some
full
guy.
costume. It's the ultimate clash, right? You have this symbol of pure childhood innocence, Chuck E. Cheese, right next to the reality of police, crime, arrest.
It breaks your brain a little bit.
Exactly. It violates expectations so fundamentally. That's why a relatively small crime, financially speaking, became this huge cultural moment. It was the sheer incongruity of it all.
So when you look at this whole thing, the, fairly ordinary crime, but the completely extraordinary arrest, what really stands out to you? What does it tell us?
I think it really highlights just how much the visual matters now. And the context. Like you said,
Yeah.
$100 of fraud. Barely news.
Right.
But put it in a Chuck E. Cheese suit, arrest him mid-party, suddenly it's everywhere. It transforms from a police report line into this weird commentary on, I don't know, innocence loss, cultural symbols clashing.
The power of one crazy photo.
Absolutely. The power of something being totally, utterly out of place. That's what made it resonate.
It's fascinating. This whole deep dive really shows how a pretty minor offense can just catch fire nationally, almost entirely because of one striking, unexpected visual.
Yeah.
And it really makes you think, doesn't it? In a world where everything gets filmed, everything goes viral, how much thought goes into balancing, standard procedure versus public perception?
Especially when kids are right there watching.
Exactly. What's the long-term fallout from something like this? For him, obviously, but even for the brand. Long after everyone stops talking about the initial shock, makes you wonder.